Yes, people, welcome back to the Red Zone. I'm AJ, and this is all your Manchester United sports, entertainment, and news updates. This is your match reaction video for yesterday's FA Cup semi-final between Brighton and our Manchester United. It finished 0-0 between the two sides after extra time, went to penalties, and yes, Man United win 7-6 on the penalties and make it through to the FA Cup final, where we'll play City rivals Man City. Yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the result, what it means, talk about the performance, touch on some individual performances, and we will also look ahead to what we've got coming up this week. So let's get into it, people. Yeah, so 0-0 after extra time, 120 minutes. Neither side could break down the opponent, so it goes to penalties. And as you know, man, penalties it's a risky game. Do you know what I'm saying? Can go either way. Just depends on what happens on the night. Some people will say they love penalty shootouts, the excitement of it, the drama that it brings, all that sort of stuff. Now, I'll agree with them with it bringing the drama and that, but I don't like penalty shootouts one bit, and that's why, because there's no backing to it. Anything can happen. Do you know what I'm saying? You could play a team from 3 divisions below you, and stuff can happen in the penalty shootout, and you can go out. So it's just anyone's game when it comes to penalties. Do you know what I'm saying? Who can keep their nerve the best? Who's got the best goalkeeper? And as you know, man, we ain't got a really good history when it comes to penalty shootouts, so it's always a worry. Yeah, what we have to say first is on the actual game, the 120 minutes. Realistically, from about, let's say 15-20 minutes of the game is all we can really say that we were in the game, man. Like, we've got to be honest with ourselves. Brighton outplayed us for most of that game. Their manager, De Zerbi, even said they deserved to win. They probably did, you know what I'm saying, going off what happened in the 120 minutes, but we all know that if you don't score, you don't win the game. Do you know what I'm saying? That you always run the risk. We ran the risk, but obviously we came out on top in the penalty shootout, so you just have to be thankful for that. The defence, man, yesterday, the defence was solid, and to come back after what happened on Thursday night, you just have to hold your hands up to them and just give them the respect they deserve for that game. Do you know what I'm saying? They were all solid. Lindelof and Shaw probably only played together once or twice, if they've ever played with each other, and they look solid, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Didn't really give much away. We know Brighton were on the attack quite a lot and had some chances, but they didn't really make no mistakes. Do you know what I'm saying? Not the sort of mistakes we see when Maguire's in the team. So they held it down. Luke Shaw come back into it as well. Played well. Delo did his job. Wan-Bissaka had Matuma in his back pocket. If you watched I think especially the previous video when I was talking about Brighton players getting into our starting lineup, I named Casado, I named McAllister, and I named Matoma. They would get into our team, and I would take them in the summer. Do you know what I'm saying? But AWB had Matoma in his back pocket all game, and Matoma's arguably one of their most creative players from the left hand side. So to do the job on him that AWB did, you just have to big up AWB. Do you know what I'm saying? Played well, man, and he's been doing well. Got his head down, trained hard. Obviously, he's been doing what ETH has asked him to do, and he's come back strong, man. Do you know what I'm saying? The fight for the right back position's hot. So long may it continue. Do you know what I mean? He had an outstanding game yesterday. David De Gea made a couple of decent saves in the game, but that's what he does, shot stopper. Do you know what I'm saying? The problem we have with him is the errors leading to direct goals, and he's kicking out from the back. But he made 2 decent saves yesterday, which obviously keeps you in the tie and always gives you the chance to win. So you have to big up the whole defence, man, as the conglomerate. Do you know what I'm saying? All 5 of them at the back did solid yesterday. Yeah, the midfield, man, like Bruno, Casemiro, Sabitzer, they did okay, but you got to say Brighton dominated the midfield, man, and that Casado's just a monster. I'm pretty sure he was named man of the match, even though they still lost the game. But it was good to have Bruno back, man, like the enthusiasm, You saw the determination and the drive and the passion that he's got. Do you know what I'm saying? Probably the only other player who's got that sort of passion is Weghorst. Do you know what I'm saying? But he did well. Casemiro did well. Both of them took some hefty challenges in that game as well. So for them to stay on and battle through, you have to big them up as well. Fred then, when he came on for Sabitzer in the second half, did well. And that's when we started to get a hold of the midfield in extra times, you know what I'm saying? He's probably going to have to look to play him a couple more times before the season's out, because he kind of knits it together and gives you that energy and enthusiasm. We all know Fred ain't the best player in the world, but he gives you that work ethic, and that's what you need in the middle of the park to give you the base to dominate the game, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but other than that in the game, like I say, Brighton dominated. They had a few chances, but the defence just held solid. What can you say? Our attack, Rashford is just he's not fit. Do you know what I'm saying? We knew this, and I said this before they brought him back against Sevilla. There's no point in rushing him, because we've rushed him back before and it just doesn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to give him the time to heal properly. Anthony, I think Anthony did well. Like I say, we didn't really create too much during the game, apart from for some like counter-attack chances, but they did well as a unit. Do you know what I'm saying? They stuck together as a unit, and that's what you want. So yeah, man, the goes to penalties, and like I say, with our record, I think we've lost 6 out of the last 7 penalty shootouts. David De Gea, the crazy stat that I saw, he's never saved a penalty in a shootout. I'm pretty sure he's only saved 1, possibly 2 penalties, like in the Premier League or other competitions, but that's during the 90 minutes, you know what I'm saying? In a penalty shootout, he's never saved a penalty, and you know this going into the shootout, so you're just thinking, gosh, I don't know what's going to happen here, but you're just going to have to hold on and just pray for the best, you know what I mean? They lost the kick. Well, I'll say the kick. They lost the toss, the coin toss. So we're going second, which is a shit thing to do as well, because then you're obviously chasing each penalty, and it just puts more pressure on you, in front of the Brighton fans as well. So the shit was stacking up, man. And like I say, penalties can be anyone's game. So I'm not particularly confident when it comes to that. But what you have to say is, De Gea lived up to the expectations of what he would do in the penalty shooter, and that's get absolutely fucking nowhere near any of the penalties. Most times they sat him down and sent him the other way. But all you have to say is our penalty kick takers, they held the nerve, do you know what I'm saying? Some great penalties in there as well. I think the only close penalty to missing was Sabitzer's, where all of us must have held our breath until it touched the net. But yeah, man, they did well. And then obviously Solly March missed Brighton's 7th kick. And then you're thinking, oh, who've we got left? And I'm telling you, the last person I thought I would see up there taking a penalty kick was Victor Lindelof. I thought Fred would have stepped up before him. I'm sure there are a couple of others on there that you're thinking, they're going to go next, you know what I mean? But no, Lindelof stepped up. This point, Big V couldn't even watch the game. Had his head down, not looking. But Lindelof stepped up, man, and what a penalty! Absolutely top bin the life out of it. Keeper stood no chance. Yeah, man, big respect to Lindelof. Like I say, when we're talking about the defence, he already had a solid game. So for him as a centre back to step up in that sort of environment and time in the penalty shootout, for him to stick it away like that, big up yourself, Victor Lindelof. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, also we'll give a shout out to Weghorst, man, because you know what, we've been grilling him the last few weeks, rightly so, because it doesn't matter what you say, he's not good enough for what we need. But the guy's fight and the passion he shows and his determination. I mean, there was one point towards the end of the game when he was second favourite against 2 defenders to chase a ball that was going out of play, and he's actually got there first, and when he's won the corner, he's firing up the crowd, giving the crowd some, and that's what you want to see, man. But what I'll say is, what a player you would have if you could combine Anthony Martial's finishing and his movement with the work ethic and, like I say, the passion and determination of a Weghorst. What a player you would have. And let's not forget, he gave the ball a cheeky kiss before Solly March's penalty. Some are calling it the kiss of death. I'll take it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever's happened, Solly March has missed that penalty and Lindelof's banged ours, so we'll take it, man. Big up yourself, Weghorst, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we go through. Like I say, it doesn't matter how you win, man. Vin Diesel again, one of my favourite ones. Don't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. What matters is winning, and that's what we did yesterday. Brighton players, De Zerbi, they'll all say that they should have won, deserved to win, but they didn't win, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, is what you see after the full-time whistle. So we take it, we move through to the FA Cup final, where we'll play rivals City, and I believe it's going to be the first Manchester derby FA Cup final in history, you know, so that's going to be a mad thing in itself. But like I say, I'd rather get to the final regardless of what happens, you know what I'm saying? No one remembers what happens when you get knocked out in semi-finals, quarter-finals, like with the Europa League. But if you get to the final, you've always got the chance. And we've got a decent record against City, beat them already this year. So, yeah, City are probably going to it favourites. But why can't we upset the odds and get the victory and win the cup? It's totally possible. But like I say, whatever happens, compared to last season, the worst Premier League total in history, some of the results, the stuff that was going on at the club, to where we are now, basically nailed on for a Champions League football finish. We already won a trophy with the League Cup, and now we've got another chance to win another trophy. So regardless of what happens in that final, it's been a successful season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just a shame about what happened against Sevilla, but yeah, if we can defy the odds and beat City, bring that trophy home, which I believe we can, then what a season it's been. You know what I'm saying? What a first season for Ten Hag. Champions League football, 2 trophies, and I want to see that parade. If we win, I want to see that parade, and I'm going to Manchester and I'm having a party. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we move for the FA Cup final. Can't wait for that one. Yeah, so the next game we go back into the Premier League, and we are playing Spurs on Thursday away from home. Obviously, they got slapped up at the weekend. They're not in the best of form, so you have to take some comfort in that and think we can go to their ground and beat them. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially with the points difference and games in hand we've got over Spurs. You beat them on Thursday and you're literally shutting the door on them catching you. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll have a match reaction video for you on Friday for that one. So let us know, guys. Let us know what you thought of the performance. Let us know what you thought of the results, the fact that we're going back to Wembley to challenge for another trophy. Drop it all in the comments below, along with any shout outs you want. Also, don't forget to give this video a like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you know when we've uploaded our latest video. And also go and follow us on Instagram as well for a load of daily content. That is at the bottom of the page now, and the link is in the video description. And I want to say thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. We're going to Wembley.